Holy shit. This is bigger than I thought it would be. I'm about to break down the facts, figures, numbers, logic. Of course, this is just my research. My channel is all about authenticity, and I'm going to share with you exactly what I am doing. My wins, my losses, and my expertise is macro and microeconomics and how I'm positioning myself to create financial freedom and sovereignty for my family. Of course, always do you and do your own research. So I want to be very, very clear. February 20th, 2026. Listen to me, because most of you don't make it this far. You can tell in the comments. It is an energetic shift. The last time this happened 36 years ago was 1988 to 1990. From 1988 to 1990, our money started to completely detach from reality. Remember, we came from 1971, detaching from the gold standard, making our money fiat, fake. By 1988 to 1990, we started to fully detach from reality. We went into financialization over production. We became less productive. We started to become monetary debt slaves at a deep level. Centralized control became deeper because when you're buried in debt, they control the system. Remember, wealthy people get debt to get wealthier, and working class and poor get debt to become poor. So your debt is making the wealthy wealthier. The wealthier's debt is what we consume. We had debt base growing really fast. We had fiat acceleration. So the devaluation of our currency started to really accelerate from 1988 to 1990. We caught the ball in 2026. So in 2024, things started to really transform. And what you're about to experience, and it's not this flip of a switch, it's a methodical transformation of dissolving, I'm going to explain it at a deep level, of dissolving of centralized systems. Leverage is going to get exposed. Brokers, financial firms, fraud in the banking system is going to get exposed. Hence the silver squeeze happening right now. All this paper silver where they probably don't have your silver. Old systems are going to crack. So what this cycle governs is how money is trusted, who controls infrastructure, financialization over production. We're going to go back to production over financialization, and centralized control expansion starting to deconstruct. So after February 20th, 2026, we're going to see this emerge. And what you're going to see is healthcare, politicians, brokers are going to start to get exposed. Example, Scott Bessent 3 weeks ago announced that FinCEN and the Treasury Secretary is going into banks to expose fraud. Hence the silver squeeze. They're starting to find out that banks probably don't have the paper silver backing the paper, the physical silver backing the paper. You're going to see brokers who are over leveraged. Now the markets aren't doing what we thought. They're over leveraged. They're going to get margin called. In the healthcare system, Maha flipped the food pyramid. He flipped the food pyramid upside down, inverting everything. So that's my lesson, is what I learned to do is I learned to invert everything. I buy when there's fear. That's where I get wealthy. And I sell when there's greed. Everything's inverted. There's only interest in the system. Picture a big interest symbol with the little dot up here, dot up here. You're earning it or you're paying it. There's no money in the system, guys. We have 120% debt to income ratio. You get paid in someone else's debt. So here's some examples of exposure that's happened already. And it's everybody's like, what should I expect? The unexpected. But to navigate unexpected, you have to have a plan. You have to have a system. Because if you're not grounded, you're going to get effed. Billionaires use astrology. Millionaires use charts. JP Morgan. Been trying to teach you guys the game. So here's some examples. I told you Scott Bessent that FinCEN's going into banks. They've already found a bunch of fraud. We got the food pyramid that got flipped upside down. They're exposing healthcare systems and fraud in healthcare. And I don't know if you saw the interview with Melinda Gates where she just called out Bill Gates and said a reckoning is coming. They will have to deal with their choices. I'm paraphrasing. It was actually bone-chilling to listen to. So how did I prepare for this? I've been shouting from the mountaintops from 2020 what was coming. Now, did we get it all right? Of course not. We missed dates, we missed certain things, but we got the overall arch of the cycle almost perfect. We became wealthy because what we didn't do is when we hit the crypto bull run and we nailed our assets from 2020 to 2022, we didn't have lifestyle creep. We took profits from 2020 to 2022, and we wanted to never be in this position again. We had to rely on another man or woman to feed our families. So we built businesses. We built cash flow through dividend stocks, and we built protection. So when everybody went running from crypto in 2022, it collapsed, and they were in depression and fear. We bought the fear and depression. We build wealth in bear markets. We build wealth in red markets. So now as we sit right now, February 5th, 2026, the markets are melting, and I'm on X posting my buys. proving and being authentic of what I'm doing. I posted my buys this last weekend. Everybody's like, what are you doing? The markets are melting. What do we do? I don't know what you're doing. I bought Bitcoin on the way down. I bought XRP on the way down, WFI. I did it again on Sunday. Woke up today. Markets are melting. XRP's at 136. And I posted my buys. I don't jump in when markets are melting. I dollar cost average on the way down. I don't care about bull and bear markets. I care about fear and greed. So people are fearful, I'm buying. And eventually, I don't know when, but it's going to fly back up at some point, unless you're in a shitty asset like all these influencers are promoting, because this is what happens. Most crypto influencers are like fat personal trainers. They have knowledge, they don't practice what they preach. Super bullish, super excited in the bull market, they go silent and their content changes in the bear market. That's just a sign of not having a plan. They're not really building wealth. So they're scrambling to find the next best token to promote to you because they're getting paid to promote the token so they can keep their ecosystem alive to try to get through the bear market so they don't burn through all their cash. It's easy to win in the bull market. The truth gets exposed in the bear market in red. So all I'm trying to teach you to do is get fucking disciplined. Build a plan, spiritually, physically, and financially. You're not gonna get out of hard work. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. That's why most pro athletes, I wouldn't say most, a lot of pro athletes and a lot of lottery winners lose everything. Because there's no foundation, it's that simple. You need cash flowing strategies. You need to know what assets beat inflation, A. You need a protection defense mechanism. I use cash value life insurance, precious metals. I like Berkshire. I've been dollar cost averaging in. And then you need a leverage plan on the right side. You don't leverage to make yourself poor. You leverage to buy assets that make yourself wealthier. And then DR in my system is DR, de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. When everybody's trying to get rich quick, get the hell out, man, because that shit's gonna collapse at some point. Didn't all these influencers tell you that your XRP was going to be at 100, thousands, and 4 digits by the end of 2025? And they promised you again, if this or this happens, guys, it didn't happen. It may happen at some point, but as everybody's waiting for that staring up, we're building a badass foundation. Because when you're staring up, there's a big katana blade coming to take out your legs, and we're able to duck. So I hope this information reaches your heart. Well, study cycles, guys. Don't study markets. Don't chase charts. Don't chase candles. Chase discipline, consistency, physically, spiritually, and financially. As we always say, warriors, rise! Get your shit together. God bless you.